Good afternoon, everyone. It is such an honor to be here with all of you at the Oslo Freedom Forum. I come from a beautiful country in the middle of Central America that has unfortunately become the North Korea of the region. And this is not an exaggeration. We are witnessing a Banana Republic-style dynasty right before our eyes, where the Constitution was changed so that the First Lady could become Vice President, and then changed again so she could become co-president. Their children run all of the state-run media, and their successor, Laureano Ortega, is a sort of super minister who manages commercial and political relations with China, Russia, and Iran. A lot of people ask me, how did you get here? Well, in 1979, the Sandinista Marxist guerrillas overthrew the Somoza dictatorship, promising a change, promising a new life for Nicaraguans. But that was a lie. What Nicaraguans got were long lines for food, empty shelves, violence, and death across the country. Their promises were lies. They failed. We had 10 years of civil war, and after that brutal civil war, Ortega lost the elections to Violeta Barrios de Chamorro in 1990. But he promised to govern from below and stated that he would not sit idly by. And very slowly, he took advantage of the divisions within the opposition parties and made a pact with corrupt former President Arnoldo Alemán to bring the electoral threshold down to 35%, and he won with 38% in 2006, which immediately he started to consolidate power, and that led to massive protests in 2018. People were fed up. Unfortunately, 355 people have died. Thousands have been arrested. Hundreds have been missing. But for me, the catalyst was watching a Facebook Live broadcast of a journalist from my hometown, and he was killed by a government sniper right in front of the town hall. I knew at that moment that I had to do something, and I became politically involved. Unfortunately, despite all of the deaths and disappearances, the international community forced us to go into free and fair elections with the dictatorship. And my best friend, Felix Maradiaga, decided to run for president, risking it all. And I decided that I would be his campaign manager. It was a brutal campaign, but I was able to cover the country coast to coast. And I heard the people, and they wanted a change, but they wanted a nonviolent change because too much blood had been shed in Nicaragua over the last 45 years because of political reasons. By June of 2021, the regime realized that there was no way they were going to win the election, and they arrested all of the presidential candidates, plus over 200 of our opposition leaders. The next day, I got a call from a diplomat friendly to us, and let me know that I needed to leave because I was being accused of financing terrorism. My best friend was convicted of terrorism and treason, and was sentenced to 13 years in jail. In 2022, our foundation was shuttered and confiscated by the regime. We were able to reopen the foundation in Costa Rica and continue, as the executive director of the foundation, continue to advocate for our political prisoners. And with the advocacy that we all did out from the outside and the strength of our political prisoners on the inside, we were able to liberate 222 political prisoners. But the fight did not stop there. We continue to denounce this regime every chance we get, whether it's at the College Freedom Forum, at the Oslo Freedom Forum, at the Organization of American States. We will not stop. And we've actually been able to pass legislation to sanction the regime, worked very close with Brussels and Washington, as well as the global diaspora, to pass this legislation. What's happening in Nicaragua does not only affect Nicaragua, it affects the region and it affects the world. Currently, almost 70% of the world is living under some sort of authoritarian rule. We need democracy, not dictatorship. And so my call to you is to challenge any flash of authoritarianism. Support freedom fighters. And speak up for political prisoners and those who have been victims of repression. Democracy is not a destination, it is a perpetual journey. We must fight together, and we must continue the fight till the very end. I'm happy to talk more about what our foundation does. Feel free to visit our website or our social media. I'll be around here as well. I thank you for your time today.